Oh my goodness, y'all. The shade match. So y'all, I finally went to Sephora to get the Huda foundation. I have been just looking at all the reviews on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I was like, do I need another foundation? Y'all know, like, lately I've been very picky about makeup. I don't just buy anything nowadays, but I went ahead and got it. I love Huda so much. Every single one of her products out there just work really well for my skin, and they always look flawless. They always look filtered. So this one, I've heard so much about it. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation. I got it in the shade Cocoa 510R. And I want to say something, okay, really quickly. Shout out to Huda. Typically when I go into a store, I already know what shade I am. It's very easy nowadays. She did so well with the shade range. I had to walk back and forth for like 30 minutes looking in the mirror, seeing which one was like my perfect skin, you know, shade, like all of that. It was very difficult, and that's hard to say, you guys. Like, the undertones were all kind of similar, a little bit different. She did her big one with this. So I am so excited for this. I hope this matches in my natural lighting. We shall see. But of course, like always, if you guys are interested, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I am literally about to go out right now, so I want to do my makeup and do a weird toss for you guys. Okay, let's get into it. So with this, it was $38. I think it's a fair price. I will say one thing though, this has 1 fluid ounces in here, so that's the typical like foundation amount, but it just feels really light, like really light. Let me get it out for you guys. It just looks like there's not a lot of product, but I know it's the same amount of product as my other foundations, like this one right here from La Mer. Okay, this one doesn't say anything on here. Dior. Okay, this one, Dior has 1.6 fluid ounces. This one has exactly 1 fluid ounces. So it may be smaller than your typical foundation. Let's see, the Giorgio Armani one, this one has 1 fluid ounces. So it is typical. It just feels really small with the packaging, but nonetheless it is sleek, and I really like that. And I also do want to read the claims of what it says it'll do for the skin. So it says on here, it is a weightless, comfortable, buildable blur foundation, and it has 1.5% niacinamide, which is like skincare, and it should help with like dark marks and things like that. It's pretty straightforward on here. I just know it's supposed to like blur your skin, and when I did try it out in the store, it did look really blurred. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and test this out. So it does say to shake this up really well, so that's what I'm gonna do. And also, if I didn't mention, it's supposed to be a natural airbrush, you know, foundation. The Sephora lady also told me that she wears it all the time and it's super full coverage. And I don't typically go for full coverage anymore. I go for like a very natural finish, so we won't use too much on the skin. So this is what it looks like. Okay, the shade match still looks pretty good because I do have a neutral undertone, so I felt like this one works best for me. Okay, let's do half the face and see what this looks like. So I'm gonna start with a little bit. I'm gonna apply that right on, and I feel like this melts literally into the skin. This is so crazy. Okay, this should be enough. Let's just start off with this amount and blend it in. Oh my goodness, y'all. The shade match. The shade match. Let me calm down. But the shade match, y'all see it? Okay. Typically, a lot of foundations out there are, you know, super golden on my skin. This one says it has a red undertone to it, but I feel like it's more neutral. I think it looks really good. I was kind of stuck between this one and peanut butter, but I'm kind of glad I went with this one because it's gonna be very easy to highlight and bake and all of that. So put in some on the forehead. Gonna blend this right in. This just melts right into my skin, you guys. Like, I am not even trying to be funny. I mean, y'all see it. Like, And I'm gonna pull my shirt down just so I can compare it to my chest, but I think this is a very beautiful color, you guys. Like, I don't know how to describe it. This is probably like the most perfect neutral foundation I have ever tried. Typically with the neutral foundations, they still pull a little bit golden, and my undertone is not golden at all. It is literally straight up neutral. So this just looks flawless. And even though it is a full coverage foundation, I still think it looks very natural. So I will say it is a natural foundation, like it does say. It's not too full coverage. I was a little bit nervous with that. I think it looks pretty natural on the face. So that is it. So this is half the face completed. I want you guys to see up close what that looks like. It looks like my skin, just a little bit better, of course. And if you catch me looking at my viewfinder, y'all, please forgive me. I just cannot get over how flawless this looks. And y'all can just tell the shade match is perfect, because even between half my face, if I didn't tell you I had foundation on, I feel like it would be kind of hard to tell which side has foundation. That's how natural it looks. It looks so good. So I'm gonna do the other side and apply this as well. Literally so beautiful. And I feel like a lot of people probably picked up the shade Peanut Butter, but I noticed with Peanut Butter it was a little bit light, and I know we're going into the winter months, so I remember the Sephora guy kept telling me, like, you know, you will get a lot lighter come winter time. So I'm a little bit nervous. I hope this one isn't too dark around then, but it's a nice in-between shade. Like, regardless, I have my concealer, I have my setting powders, so I can go ahead and still lighten it up if I need to, but this just eats so bad. I can't. So this is both sides blended out, you guys. I just love the natural glow it's giving right now on the skin. It looks like skin, it looks airbrush, it looks like you have a filter. It just looks really good. I'm so excited to go ahead and apply some concealer and bake and do my whole routine. So I won't bore you guys with that. I mean, I will list all the products that I typically use down below for you guys, but let me go ahead and finish that up. But just for a time check, it is currently 9:06 p.m. I told you guys I'm going out, so I will check in a little bit later, but this is the time we'll start with right now, since I do have it on my face. And once I go ahead and finish my face, I'll tell you guys what time it is, and then we'll start our test. So really quickly, while I was doing my face, I started to notice that the foundation is looking a little bit darker than my chest. So I'll still make it work, but I think maybe Peanut Butter was the shade for me. That's the one I had first, and I was like, I don't know. But looking at it now, it's a little bit darker, and I'm not even my winter shade yet. So yeah, keep that in mind. But it still looks pretty good. Like, it's really gonna be good once I, you know, bake and everything like that. But in terms of like my perfect shade, maybe Peanut Butter was better. But we'll see. So I'm back with my completed face, you guys. I really like how everything looks right now. Like, once I went ahead and applied my concealer and baked and used my powders and all of that, I just feel like it looks really good. I will still say I do want to try out Peanut Butter, the shade. I will go back and get a sample of that just to see what that looks like by itself, okay? But nonetheless, I feel like Cocoa is great if you highlight and bake and all of that. And it's like a great, you know, summer foundation shade for me, because I'm gonna get a whole lot lighter by December. But so far I will keep this one, but I will try out Peanut Butter just to make sure. But it is currently 9:44. I'm gonna go out, have a good time, and I'll be back to show you guys how the foundation is holding up. So far I will say it does have like a little bit of a glow to the foundation, which is not bad at all. I actually prefer like a very just nice natural foundation, and that's all I can say so far. And it looks really nice, really blurred. I'll get up close for you guys. Just looks really nice on the skin so far, so I'm really impressed. I'll be back later on to tell you guys how it's holding up, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, so it's 1:34 a.m. in the morning. A girl is literally tired. Yeah, so we went out, we had a good time, and now we're back. So this is the face right now. This is 4.5 hours, almost 5 hours. I will say the perimeter of my face looks pretty good in my opinion. It just looks healthy, looks glowy, but it's not too much. But I think my T-zone is a little bit oily, such as like my nose right here, a little bit on my chin, and then some of my forehead. Like, it's not terrible, but it is a little bit glowy. But nonetheless, I will say the skin is still looking like skin. Like, I have like a healthy glow going on right now, and in my opinion, I feel like this foundation is perfect for the winter time, just because I don't know, I kind of like a little bit of glowiness in the winter time. It doesn't bother me. It's just when it's super hot outside, I'm already gonna be super oily. On top of that, if I'm glowy as well, it's just doing too much. But this is beautiful. Like, it's like a stunning glow on the skin. So I'm gonna take my puff and just pat and just see what that looks like once I pat everything. Okay, y'all can see it's already looking a lot more matte, but it still has that glow. Like, that glow is not going anywhere. Okay, I think it looks beautiful. Like, when I come up close, y'all, like, my skin looks like a filter. The whole night I kept looking at my skin just to make sure that it looked, you know, good, all of that. I just think it looks stunning, you guys. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I have tried a lot of foundations and they all look good, but this one, something about it, like, I just keep looking at my skin. And I think it's because it looks so skin-like and it's very natural as well. So yeah, all in all, I really love this foundation. I'm trying to whisper because my sister is sleeping, but I really love this foundation, you guys. I think it's a great type of foundation if you're going to like an event, whether it's a party, church, girls night, out and about, clubbing, bar, whatever. It's a great foundation that will hold up. You can also wear it during the day if you use a little bit, but this is probably going to be like a foundation that I wear when I'm going to like something major. Yeah, that is my final thoughts on it. I think it's totally worth the price. And just shout out Huda for being very inclusive. It was probably the hardest time I've ever had when it comes to picking a foundation shade. I have never struggled that hard, but it's a good problem to have. Like, I love it here. Okay, but it is so late. I am ready to go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know if there's any other products out there you want me to review, and I'll definitely go ahead and try to get it for you guys. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.